we are gradually getting to the, let's say, the end of the whole class together, right? And I asked for suggestion the other day. Only one person suggested, well, she's interested with build. So we are going to do that to this guy. I'm coming. I'm just opening up my. Who is trying to join? Okay. So I'm just opening up the whole thing. Let me close this, guys. Close this. And close this. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Share the entire screen. And we will get started. So we create call it a gift store. So by a gift store, what I understand, it's like a gift store is a huge stuff because there are so many aspects of it. There is payment part, there is notification, there is so many aspects of a gift store. But we would be, and number one, we are just working with plain Java. After this class, by our next class, we would use by our next class we would use by our next class we would use Spring Boot. Probably that will be next week or tomorrow. I don't know if I have a meeting set up for tomorrow, but if it doesn't happen, then we'll have the class tomorrow. If it does, then next week we would use Spring Boot to get a hang of things. Oh, okay. She's saying yeah. And yeah, after Spring Boot class, I would be the channel will still be there, the group will still be there. And if you have any questions, you can always ask. But we won't be having classes like we used to after the Spring Boot class. If everybody understands what we are doing, we can have the class maybe 3 times or so. So, having said that, let's get started. So I will start by identifying some of the objects we'll be working with, right? The first object that comes to my mind is the product that someone wants to gift another person. So call it products. That's our first object. And we'd also need something to track or to create an order, right? I don't want to. Sorry, it seemed someone called me. So I don't want to start adding the user management aspect of it. And I want us to just look at, let's say, a general view of some of the things that we've covered, right? So, and we'd work with 3 models. We would need order, products, and one called maybe store or something. Let's call it store. Oh, yeah, let's call it gift store. Gift store. So our products will house the informations about the product that we want to create, right? So it will house stuff like the name, the okay, let's say for example, we'll need a private string product name. We'll need do we need a description? Anyways, let's just do and price, right? And we want to do product ID. Yeah, that is what I was looking for. Then we need the constructor. We need the constructor for this. And then we need the getter. I think we just need the getter methods. Let's see if we need any other thing, we can add it. That is that. At least everybody understands to this point what we are doing. Yeah. So our
Yes.
order. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to say anything?
No, I was answering. You said, do you understand? I
Oh,
said
okay.
I do. Then you didn't put price. I
Say
think in the
again.
product.
You see price here, product
Price.
price.
Okay, still okay. Sorry for that.
We can just call it price actually, so it doesn't just oh shoot. Price. Okay. So our order will have a relationship with the products. This will not make a lot of sense until when we do our first when we do our Spring Boot. But this is what there are many ways that you can do relationship in Java. You can either do it by extension or you can do it by composition. So for what we are doing now, for most of what you would do in Java, in most times, you would actually do your relationship by extension. So because we want people to have multiple products in their order, so we just use this guy and let me straight up instantiate it to new array list here. And so we also need to, because we have a price here, right? We have a price. So when someone places order, if it's, we need to be able to add it up, right? We need to add everything up. We can just have private. It's actually, I would use total, yeah. So let's do this guy, double, it's double, double. So I think we are good. We are good now. So there is something called CRUD. I don't know if anyone has heard of it, of the term CRUD. You can read up on it. CRUD operations. CRUD operations. CRUD operations is just, it's basically everything that you are going to be doing as a developer. Right? So it stands for create, read, update, and delete. These are the 4 operations you will be doing in your entire career as a developer. You are either creating something, reading, or updating it. The algorithm might differ when you start doing more complex stuff, but at the end of the day, on the basics, on the base of everything you are doing, you are either creating something, reading something, or updating what is there already, or removing what is there. That is all the operation that you can do in a computer. It doesn't matter how complex the algorithm is, if you look at it, you are doing one of these four things. So I would suggest you read about CRUD operations, and it will prepare you better when we go into Spring Boot. Okay, so for this purpose, we would need a method for creating the products in this order, right? So let's do a public, let's call it void, because we don't really want to return anything. Create product. Create product, right? So it takes a product as a parameter, and then because our product is array list, why do I have it like this? Our product is array list. We just simply do what? We'll add it in. We'll add it into the product. Like we add it into the list. So they give us the product they want to create. We'll add it into the list of product that we currently have. Then we increase the price. We need to increase the price. Total plus equals get price. Oh, it's P, not product. P, I called it P. P dot get price. Why is this called product price? Anyways, so why is this guy not? I was thinking it would change color like the other one. Okay, so what we did here is basically the same thing as saying product equals product. Then when I like it, what we are doing here is the same thing as total equals total plus. They are the same thing. So we are using a shorthand, but I don't know why it's giving me plus equals. It's supposed to do that highlight. Anyways, if we run into any issue with it, we can come back here. Then I also want to be able to print the product that, like at the end, because we are not using database or anything, I want to print, we'll be able to print the product that the person has bought. They can decide to buy multiple products before we now end the program. So let's do another public void here. Okay, display, we can call it display. So just want to print a little thing here and say your order. Okay, then we'll look over it and print everything out. Then I want to print out the total price of the product. So I think we are pretty much done here. We are creating the products and then displaying the products. Is there any question here so far? Okay, please ask.
All right. So the relationship you talked about, the extend, you mentioned the other one. You said you can either do it by, or are we going to, so I won't take time. Are we going to discuss it better when we start
No, we
doing
can just discuss it now. So the relationship, okay, go ahead, finish your question.
Okay, so my question is, you said extend by extension or by, I didn't.
By inheritance or composition.
Oh, sorry, inheritance. Oh, okay, on composition.
Composition, yeah.
Okay, so, okay, would you mind clarifying them, like telling the difference and when to use them?
Okay, so the major difference is that inheritance, when you are dealing with inheritance, it's called tight coupling. So you are coupling this other class with the one that it's extending. If you do extend products, right? You are doing like what they call tight coupling here. But with this one that we have, you have a better flexibility in doing whatever you want. Then for the relationship I mentioned, if we start working with Spring Boot, you will start seeing something like at one to many. I don't know. I don't have JPA and all here. So you have something like one to many. There's another one, many to many, many to many. There's another one called one to one too, one to one. And then it's four, I believe. And then there is many to one. Yes, at many to one. So these, what is this? Many to one. So these are different relationships that this guy, which is your product, can have with your other entity. So in your database now, if you are using any of these guys, you will see in database, you see something like product ID in your order table. Even though you are in order table, it means that this order, you can actually get information about the product by looking at the order table. You can query order table and get information about the product. That's one of the benefits of having a relationship, and it's mostly available in relational database. Does it make it clear or more confusing? I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. I do get it. Thank you. My
Okay.
what I really want to be clear about is I want to know the difference between the two and when to
So
implement the inheritance. You said by either by
yeah.
inheritance or
So
by um.
uh, in object-oriented programming, there is a rule of thought that there is a general rule of that you shouldn't use inheritance as much as you should rely on implementation, which is dealing with interfaces. That you should rely mostly on this guy composition, which is composition is just having the object of this of just having the object of this guy. What's it called? Of products in the body of your other class. That is composition. So the relationship, it's called, I think inheritance is the one they said um is it has a relationship. One of them has a relationship, the other one is a relationship. I think we can just do a quick Google search and find out is a relationship. Let's see which one is a relationship in OOP. Okay, because okay, so yeah, if you are dealing with inheritance, it said that it is a relationship. So is a relationship means these things are tightly coupled, they are dependent on each other. Has a relationship gives them a little bit more flexibility. So even in this picture, let me see if I can open it. So you see, it's a relationship, means both of them are literally, one is above the other, so they are more um joined together. Then has a relationship. Even with the picture, you see how they are separate from each other. You can easily remove one from the other, but this other one, if you can't, because there are some methods that this guy is depending on that this one also has. I don't know if you understand, but in your question
Yeah.
of when to use it and when not to use it, just try to use composition more than inheritance. That's the general rule of thumb when you're dealing with OOP.
Okay,
Does that make
thank
sense?
you very much.
All right.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Any other person have any question? Okay. Then Then, of course, when we are working with this guy, there are some annotations that we would use to make this convert this using a JPA and JDBC. Hibernate, sorry, JPA and Hibernate. We convert this guy to a normal database table that you will see in your database. So by our next class, we can do that. We would start, maybe we'll just tomorrow, we can just start with this guy, use Spring Boot to spin up something like this if we have a class tomorrow. Then next week we can build something that is a little bit more complex. Then yeah, I think let's see how it goes. So then this guy here, we can decide to have it like this. It's not a must that you declare it, but before you now use it, you can come here and say product. Oh, not here. This is where it's supposed to have it. You can come here and say products equals, yeah. So that way you instantiate it. That's the difference between doing it here and doing it there. But I prefer to just do it in one place and get over with it. So yeah, so because number one, gift store, we would utilize our collection this thing. So I don't know who else apart from Bemi. She told me that she has watched almost half of the video or some of the videos the last time we had a class. Did you finish it first off, Bemi? Have you finished the collection videos?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Why now?
Yeah, I'm just taking a garden. Like I took one this week, and then, but I've not taken everything. But I took one this week, so I'm just
Oh.
scheduling it based on
But
my
so far
schedule.
it has been helpful making everything clear for you.
Yes, very, very, very.
Okay. So guys, please, I will advise we also do the same. So for our gift store, we want to have a map of products, but the key will be a string. So our gift store, whatever thing we are creating here, this is also a relationship anyways, but whatever thing we are creating, we want it to have a key, and then each product will also have their own. If it will have, the map will have a key, and then the other value will be a product. And what we are doing here, I think it's the same thing in dictionary. If you're dealing with dictionary in Python, I don't know another language anyways that has that functionality, but dictionary in Python has that behavior, key value pairs. That is the same thing. And because they are because I want us to let our code run a bit so we can see some of the functionalities or maybe interact with the code a bit. So we would use the scanner. If you remember our first, maybe one of our first classes, we used scanner to get user input, right? So let's create the products that we want. This is I'll first create a constructor. So once this class is called, it creates constructor. We are not selecting anything. Yeah. So products dot puts. So string, let's say whatever thing you want to use as your key, we would use number 1 and then new product. And our product is expecting product ID, so we call it product 1, 2. And what else? Product name, pet dog. And product description, I don't know, bingo. And price, let's say 400. thousand. Yeah, bingo is expensive. Anyway, so I'll just duplicate these guys and change 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the same thing here, 2, 3. Oh, what is this? Anyways, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So why is it complaining? Oh, we said that this guy should be a number. Now we're passing a string. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm thinking if it will be better to just go and turn it to string in the class. Oh, let's just do it here. So you can say rose flower. You can also say iPhone. What else? What else? Samsung. Art. Um, what else? What else? What else? TV and book. Yeah, let's just say how to program. And TV, let's say LG. Cats. What can I use for these cats now? Don't know. That is cats. Samsung S24 laptop. You can say it's HP iPhone 16. Yeah. This one should just be a flower. So I'll just give anything as value here. Like 100. What's with this? Okay. So is this confusing? Or what I did here? Is it confusing? Hmm?
No, it's not.
Okay. So we can, next one should be, okay, let's create a method that helps us get or retrieve the products. Yeah, let's see. Public get products would use the ID, which is int, I believe. ID. So given a product, we want to say something like product with ID. Its ID is available, then we do what? Retrieve the products. Product that's ID. Then we'll return. Why is it warning me? may not contain key as of integer. Product is integer now. Yeah, it's integer, so it should be fine. We'll see if there's any error. We'll see. So the next one should be to show something that will print out the product that we are getting. So it should be a void, say show products. Products. So print out this guy and something like something like available products or something. This my available. Okay, so we'll look over them, the values, and then we'll print. Okay. So the last part is just we need to create a method that takes in this scanner as many as possible. Like as long as we are passing in value, it takes it, and then at the end, it displays the product that we've, so to say, purchased. This is just to stimulate the. This is just to stimulate the program to keep it running for a couple of times until maybe we break or something like that. You see. So let's start that one off. Public void. Let's say start or process. Anyone can just say process, and we'll create an order. Post a new order. Create an order. Then we want it to run until we break from it. So while true, we can say enter product ID. Yeah, then call it product ID is integer. So we can say int ID, or let's say choice or something instead of just ID. Int ID. So scanner dot. Okay. How do you use this scanner again? Scanner dot next things. So that's what it's supposed to be now. Now check if choice. Okay. If choice dot equals 0 or okay, no. Let's if choice is less than 1, it will just break. Yeah. Else we'll get the products. Else products, yeah, get the choice. Why does it keep warning me? Oh. Okay. So yeah, we are saying that the product is string, the key is string, and then we are now passing integer. Oh, that's why it keeps warning. So that means this guy here should be an integer. And which part is it now? Hold on, let me see if the warning is gone. Yeah, on my jeez. So I'll have to change this guy. Is that what it means? God, I beg. Sure. Okay, I believe this is resolved now. So if products is null, we can just say product with ID not found. Else, else, other dots add create products and pass the product. So this part now is I don't know, some people call it defensive programming. This, like, instead of once order is not found, if we don't check this thing, sometimes if you don't check it, your code will break, right? So to avoid that break is why I am adding it here. So some people, they would do this guy first before they do this check. But for me, my idea, my mindset when I am working on something like this is, where is this error coming from? Oh God. Okay. Anyways, let me finish my explanation. My mindset is, once there is no product, there's no need of us running this guy. There's no need. So once it's not, you can as well just end the program and move on with your life, right? So that's my mindset here. Okay. Seems we've used, oh geez. Let me copy this guy just in case for what I want to do. So I want to reverse everything like these guys and then go and let's work with string. So since we are deep into its process, this is the process method. So I'll just replace this guy and this the string can come in. String. String. Okay, so go to products. Um, should have left this thing since it's related errors. Where is its related errors? There's actually a way to do these things line by line, but I've forgotten. Okay, so call it 1. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. I think I'm okay here. So this should be, instead of this, it should be string here. This choice should be string. And of course, it will now have to be next line. Then if choice, since you're now dealing with string. Okay. Yeah, I just, there's something I'm missing here. Enter product ID. Let's to add products. To add products to carts, or to add products. To order, or type 0 to exit. Okay, so what I'm doing is this. While this thing is running, the person keeps entering, maybe they enter 1, 2, whatever they're entering, the product keeps adding. Anytime they enter 0, it breaks and calculates whatever thing that they have. So now I want to say if choice dot equals, is there, okay, if choice dot equals this, then it breaks. Else it should create the products by the choice, then yeah, and then order, creates order, and that's basically it. So we'll do our prints here, display, and then we can tell the person, oh, okay, I think I like that message. Order completed successfully. Thank you for shopping with us, for using gift store. Yeah. Moment of truth. If we have been cooking beans or not. Okay, so before we even run this code, does anyone have any question of for what we did here? Any confusion or anything that you want clarity on? Am I alone?
No, you are not.
Okay. So I should take it like there is no question. Okay. All right, so let's go and test our beans. All right, so we call it gift store, and then store dot process. So let's run the code and see. This guy takes time to build sometimes. Okay, please enter product ID. So enter 1. Product created, we enter 4. Once we enter 0. Okay. Who knows why this is happening? Or who remembers? Because you should know.
Because we have not declared to string method.
Exactly. So we'll come here. We'll create our string method. Want everything. So run the code again. Okay. So product 2, product 4, product 5. Let's say we add 19. It will tell us product 19 not found. Well, add 0. It prints all the products. Where did we create it? Product 2 is rose flower. 4 is laptop. 5 is Samsung. And then it calculates everything and sums it up for us here as our total price. Then tells us order completed. Thank you for using gift store. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So in our next class, we would use the same concepts, but we'll do it using Spring Boot. So that would possibly be tomorrow. Does anybody have any question based on what we taught today? Or we should end the class? Okay, I will take it like there's no question then. Okay, please go ahead. Fine, go ahead. I can't hear you. Go ahead. You wanted to ask a question?
No, not a question. I just
Oh.
wanted to. Yeah.
Who say what do you mean by price? I don't know. Oh, okay. You were making a suggestion here. All right, so that's that. See you guys tomorrow or next week. I don't know. I'll communicate. And I will share the video for this class when it's ready.